Uh, just to introduce myself, I am a tech lead at NonStop IO. I am working in mobile development from last 7+ years, and I really like to contribute in open source. I have 6+ packages on pub.dev, and I'm maintaining those packages. I am a YouTube content creator as well, although I have just created one video, but in future I'll probably do more. Then I'm a speaker as well. So that's about me. So we are talking about Flutter. So Flutter is an open source framework by Google for building beautiful natively compiled multi-platform application from a single code base. So all those who are newbies, so Flutter gives, we'll go through this quickly. We have Flutter gives single code base, fast development with hot reload, beautiful and customizable UI, high performance, access to native features, and Flutter have a great community. And Flutter is cost effective because it's a single code base, you write it once and you deploy it in multiple platforms. Then it's very fast to market. Okay? Just some history about NonStop IO. Okay? Flutter 1.0 was released in December 2018, and we started exploring Flutter in September 2016 from its beta release. So in NonStop, most of us, we have like 10+ team members, and most of them have a very good experience in Flutter. And right now, I did not add 2024. We have right now, I think the latest version is 3.16.8 or 9. Okay. So today's topic is Go Router in depth, and so whenever we, before we are going to, what is Go Router, the question always comes, why Go Router? Whenever you are doing something, your question should be, why I am doing this? Okay. Flutter out of the box provides navigation. Okay, but still people are going for Go Router. Why? That is, the first one would be that when Navigator 2.0 came out, it's really hard to understand. Okay, like the example which Rashid gave, right? Very beautiful code, which was very hard to understand. Similarly, Navigator 2.0 is something like that, where a normal developer, it would be very hard for him to understand how it's working. So then there is a wrapper created, Go Router. Right now it's also maintained by Flutter team itself, and they are making your life simpler, more simpler. Okay. So Go Router is a declarative routing package for Flutter that uses Router API to provide convenient URL-based API for navigating between different screens. And you can define URL patterns, navigating using URL, handle deep links, and number of other navigation related scenarios. Okay. When I say declarative routing, anyone understand declarative routing? Okay. When you say declarative is just a fancy word. So you are telling someone to do something, and that person is doing it for you without you knowing how that person is doing that job. That is declarative. You're going to tell something and it's going to do it for you. Simple. So that is declarative writing. I'm going to tell that I need to go to that route, and it's going to, whatever happening in backend, I don't need to know. How it's doing it, that I don't know. Okay, I don't have to know. We are going to explore few features from Go Router. But before that, I really want you guys to understand, how any router works. Okay. So let's take an example. Let's say you are a 5-year-old and you have like many toys. Okay. So all your toys are in the box. Okay. You have different toys, a car, a train, and so on. Okay. So now what you want is, say today you want to play with a car. Okay, so you will say car, and you are going to get the car from the box. Okay, so you are doing this by yourself. Now imagine you have a very magical friend. Okay, you tell him, like Doraemon, okay? So you tell him, I want a car, and he gives you a car. You want a train, he gives you a toy train, okay? So Go Router is very similar in this way to your application, okay? In your application, you have tons of screen, okay? For example, your home screen, profile screen, and say product screen, and so on. So you are going to tell your Go Router which screen you want, and your Go Router is going to get that screen for you and display it on the screen of the app. Okay, it should be basically navigating from one page to another. You're going to ask the Go Router, and Go Router is going to show that. I hope everyone understands very basic understanding of Go Router. What is a Go Router, right? You're going to tell Go Router what to do, and it's going to do it for you. Okay, declarative routing. So now what we have is a few features from Go Router. Like these are very common features where you're passing your path and query parameters, displaying multiple screens for a sub route. You can create nested routes. Then redirection support. You can reroute the user to a different URL based on application state. For example, signing when user is not authenticated. I think you must have seen this. So whenever you install a new app and you are doing some journey, and in between the login pop-up comes up, because those are authenticated pages. So something like that you can implement in Go Router. Then you have support for multiple navigators via shell route. So you can basically this is when you say multiple navigators. So usually the app which uses tabs, okay, those uses shell route to display multiple navigators, which I'm going to cover in details later on. Okay. And backward compatibility to Navigator API. So here what we have is simple. I wanted to make it simple and more understandable. So that you understand how an operating system is also involved in routing. Okay. Now let's start from the app state. Everyone understand what is the app state, right? State of the app. What does, say for example, you want to store name in your app, so name equals to Ajay, that would be a state. Okay. So now what we have, router is our widget, which is basically does the routing, which is going to build and rebuild the routes for you and push the routes on the stack. And router delegate is an abstract class which basically tells the router to rebuild. Okay, now it's time to rebuild for you. And then let's go to operating system. From operating system we get some values. For example, for instance, whenever a notification arrives in your application, you click on notification, app opens some particular screen. Okay, so that is what initial route and new route would be. Those route would be passed from route information parser, passed to route information provider, and passed to route information parser. Then that goes to route delegate passes to router, and router at the end builds that screen for you. Okay. Same thing happens when you press back. Same thing happens when you nowadays usually latest device have swipe to back. But previously we had back buttons. Okay, when you click that back button, again your operating system sends a notification to your router delegate. Okay, user wants to go back, and your router will pop that page. Okay. Few more navigation which happens between route delegate and app state. For example, you're editing your profile and you updated your profile. Now you want to go back to home. So that will be a state change. According to the state change, you are changing the routing. Okay. Let's do setup. Here I need my both hands. Okay. What we have here is a simple main app. Okay. Simple main app which is returning a material app theme data and a simple home view. Home view is nothing but a simple view where this is just a text where we say welcome to home page and home. That's it. Under routes we have not defined anything yet. So we are going to start from here. What we are going to do is we are going to just add Go Router latest package. So I'll just copy this command, which is flutter pub add Go Router. You can run this command, or you can directly copy paste this. So I prefer doing this usually because if there is a dependency which is older or which are not compatible, it's going to let you know, okay, these are not compatible, it's not getting added for you. Let's do this quickly. Okay. So the command is successful, and now you can see Go Router is added here. Okay. Now in this is a very simple folder structure. What we have is one folder is feature, the second folder is routes, and this is our main file. Okay. So in routes, what we are going to define, we are going to define Go Router. Okay. Everyone see the font, right? Or should I increase the font? 150 would be enough. It's visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I need to type and
Sit and type over there.
yeah, it is. Give me a minute, guys.
Should I help you with holding my
No. I'll try my best. Okay, I think this. Can you hear me now, like in the back? Rishi? No? We'll have to do something for this.
I'll help.
No, sorry, I'll ask.
No, it's okay.
From my team.
It's okay.
I'll ask from my team. Rajan, can you come? We'll get a stand next time, guys. This time I think Raj will have to do it. Okay, what we are doing is basically we are going to here define routes. Usko मत देखो इधर देखो. So what we are going to do is we are going to define some routes so that Go Router understand what we are going to define. Like I gave you an example, right? Basically a toy box, and we are going to define which toys we have. Okay. Whenever I am going to ask, I want a car, then Go Router can provide that car for me. Okay. So finally, let's say app router. We are going to say Go Router. Go Router takes routes. Okay. So whenever this is very important, guys. Whenever you know all your newbies, whenever you starting and starting with any new package, what you should do is basically go and read about. Flutter is an open source, right? You can read what that any library is providing to you. Okay. So for example, right now I don't know Go Router. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside this, and I can read. Okay, this takes routes, and this is required. Now what I need to do is I need to provide routes to it. Okay. Whenever you start using a new variable, new object, go inside it, read about it. Then okay, now when I get inside this, I know this is required, but I have multiple options to play with as well. Okay, so always do that. So let's just go back. So this takes a list of routes. So what I'm going to do is yeah. Okay. So what I did, I defined a route. I gave it a path that is an initial path slash, And what I'm doing, this is a page builder, which is again, if you want to see what is a page builder, then again what you can do is you can go to this page builder and see the definition of it. This is what it gives. It gives build context and go router state. Okay. And now what I'm doing is I'm just returning a material page and home page. So if I just quickly, what I need to do is, instead of material app, what I need to do is, we don't need this home anymore. We just say router and router config, and we pass the app router which we just created. And if we run this app, you can hear me in the back, right? Yeah. So what's going to happen, this is simple. What I did is just added one route. That's it. Okay, and I defined this home page. So what it should display is just a simple scaffold with text home and welcome to the home page. That's it. Okay, so we are getting welcome to the home page. So this is the basic initial simple navigation. Okay. Now let's say what if I want to navigate with the parameters, specifically route parameters. So when you are going to develop app, you are mostly going to take some values from your previous screen and send it to the next screen. Most of the time. Okay. Imagine a list of a product screen and you want to open product details. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to send that product ID to your next page to get that information in the next page. Okay. So just of time. So this is okay. First, let's do a simple navigation. I did not do that simple navigation. So what I did here is I added one route is the slash your home route, and the next route is your simple go profile route. Okay. In this, what we are doing is on the button, this button, there is a go to profile button, and what we are doing is context dot push slash profile. So what we are going to do is we are going to from home screen we are going to go to profile screen. So simple navigation. Okay. And this is a very short syntax when you say context dot push, but actually what it is this is an extension on Go Router. The actual, so you can also write something like this. It says okay. So this was actually usually you write Go Router of context dot push. Okay. Context dot push is simply extension method written in Go Router itself. Okay, so this is a simple navigation. What we are doing is simple push, and it's basically getting that page from your route map and displaying it. Let's just say. So in step 3, what I did is what we are defining is this name route parameter. What the syntax is, you do a colon, then your variable name. Okay. So and what I am doing is whenever I am building the page, I am getting that name parameter from state. This is a router state. State dot path parameter name. If this is null, then I am just passing a null. Okay. Then how to pass this in your home view would be simply slash and the name. That's it. Okay. So if I just rerun this, okay, this is welcome Ajay. And if I say change it to Rajan, because he is holding the mic, so welcome Rajan. Okay. It's simple. This is just this syntax is important. I just want you guys to remember this. Whenever you want to define the route parameters, so you just say colon name, and you can just extend the path and just say push. Okay, see we are step 3. Now, okay, this is done. Then what we have is navigation with named route. Okay. Okay, in named route, what we are going to do, we defined this path earlier. We also have to define name of that particular route. This name is profile, and what I am saying here is context.push. Instead of push, I am saying push name and profile. But right now you remember that we are using a route parameter. So here, because I cannot pass it like this. So this would be invalid. So if I do it like this would be invalid, and it's going to say this route does not exist. Okay. So instead of this, whenever you're using push name, then you define your path parameters, name equals to Ajay. So I just run this, it will be very similar results, but just the implementation is different. So that you're defining that route. You're naming your route and then you're calling profile. So it does the same thing which we are doing earlier. Then okay, this is named routes. Then so let's say if you want to do navigation with query parameters. Okay, query parameters is this syntax. When you say question mark name equals to Ajay, this is usually followed in web. Okay, in web you must have seen, even when you do a simple Google search, in your Google URL you can see that they are taking search query and so many parameters as query parameters. In the home view, what you can do is, like you define path parameters, same way you can define query parameters. Just say query parameters company and let's say NonStop. Okay. So this is when you defined it, and like you use path parameters in your router itself. That way you can just say company state.uri.query parameters company, and it will give you that particular parameter. Okay. So here we are using both. Let me just give it a quick restart. Okay. So you say welcome Ajay. Ajay is the name which you are getting from a route parameter. NonStop IO you are getting from a query parameter. Next is navigation with redirect. Like I gave you an example earlier, right? Say for example you are an unauthenticated user and you are doing a journey, but in some places what's going to happen is you require that person to be logged in. So at that time you even either takes your user to a login screen or show him a pop-up that okay, right now you need to do login, and then you can continue this journey. Okay. Same way in this what Go Router gives you is so in routes, what you need to define is you get this callback. Okay, this callback is again a similar callback with this state is a go route state, and what it will do is basically whenever you want to navigate to any route, it's going to hit this callback. Okay, I'm going to check if my say I created a very simple class which is nothing but which has a simple boolean variable, and we are just doing login and logout, which is modifying that state. That's it. So if your user is logged in, then we are going to return full path. Otherwise, we are going to take him to login. Okay. So if I just give it a restart, it's taking me to login screen because user is not authenticated. When I just say login, now it takes me to home screen. Okay, because now that is basically that now the user is authenticated. So now I can access the app. So that is notification redirect. It can be used in multiple places, right? You can create so many boundaries in your app if your user is authenticated or not, or for example, if your user is at certain level or not. Okay, and if you're creating a game, if it's level 5, so you only till level 3. For level 4, you need to complete level 3. There is so many tons of applications of redirect. Okay, the last is nested navigation. So here, this is when it becomes a bit complex. So I'm going to just open one more project. Okay. So now just try to observe it keenly. If you don't understand, let me know. Just raise your hand. I'll try to explain it more, because this becomes a bit complex when you are dealing with tabs. Okay. So let me just give you a walkthrough of the app first, so that you have a visual image of the app what we have built. Okay, so now here you can see this is I think that's it. So now what you can see here is this is a simple app which takes which have two tabs. One is movie, one is TV series. Okay, same way now try to map it. This movies have a different navigation tab. Whatever all the navigation which is going to happen in this particular tab, those navigation will live under this particular tab. Okay, this tab, and whatever navigation which will happen on this TV series, those will live under that page. Okay, so for example, let's just say this is movies, right? So if you expand the route, for this we use shell route. What shell route does is it creates a new navigator for all your tabs. So if you have 5 tabs, that means you will have 5 navigators. You will have 5 different stacks. Okay, each stack will be maintained separately. All the navigation which will happen in that particular stack would be maintained separately. So this is shell router, and in this what we have this route. Now you see we have 2 tabs, so we are defining 2 routes here. Okay, the first route is movies, the second route is series. Inside this we can navigate more. So inside movies what we can do is we have defined detail of that particular movie. Okay, and inside that what we have is we have one common route which is actor route. From movies also you can go to an actor. So this is a simple actor route which is just defining a path, a route parameter, and just it's giving actor detail page. Okay. Same way in series we have defined one route which is detail of that particular series and actor route. Okay. So if I open any movie, see, this is the movie detail page. Okay, and now this is an actor detail page. How this actor detail page is coming? This is coming from here. Or let me just run this in Chrome as well, so that you guys can see path. Okay. So now all this navigation which is happening in this movie, same way we can do navigation in this. Okay, so and similar. All those animation you see, this hero animation, all those are already supported by Go Router. So if I go back, you see this is like animating and just observe this guy's photo. If I go to the next page, it animates, and if I come back, it again animates. Okay. So now, and this animation, when I click and page, the sliver animation which goes, image is expanded and becoming the app button. That is also supported by Go Router. Okay. I think that's it. The only understanding this is made very simpler with Go Router with Navigator 2.0. It's not very easy per se. And in just the last thing, okay, just observe this bar, okay. So if I am opening a movie, then I am going to movies, details, and the movie ID, okay. Now if I open any actor, check the path, movies, details, then movie ID, then actor ID. Same thing in TV series we can do as let's say action. Just leave and just see series details, series ID, and then actor ID. Okay, and that path is maintained. So if you go all this, all the functionality, this operate in the diagram I showed you, right, the back button which operating system sends you. So that is also handled in Go Router.
So this is not available in all the applications.
You have to handle it manually. It's not out of the box. But now Go Router is supported by Flutter team itself, so they are contributing there. Yeah, I think that was nested navigation, and I think that's it for this session. I hope all you guys understand Go Router now. कुछ तो आया होगा. Okay. थोड़ा सा फास्ट किया मैंने because this is difficult. But anyone has any questions on Flutter, Go Router, or anything else, please.
Hello. Hello.
Is there any possibility that we can access the routes without any context in a Go
Yes.
Router?
Yes. You can, but why you want it?
Like if I have any kind of service where I have like a token, I have to check in the application, and if token is not accessible or let's suppose it expires, then I have to navigate to login page.
Okay.
So how can we do that without auth guards? Like we have the auth guards, but continuously we have to check if there is a token available or not. So how can we do that?
Yes. Does anyone know what is GetX? Okay. GetX is very simple and without boundaries. Okay. What you want to do is also without boundaries. You never ever navigate without context. Context is very important for navigation or anything else. Okay. What you do in this case, you have a service, right? You can use any state management, and what you are going to do is keep all those your layers separate. Okay. This is your service layer. This service layer is not going to navigate. Navigation कौन करेगा? तुम्हारा UI करेगा. What you can do is from your service layer, you are going to tell your any state manager. For example, let's say provider. You are going to tell provider, okay, I want to navigate here. Your provider is sitting and listening to those that service, and now you have context here. In your UI, you have your context. Now you are going to navigate from your UI. You are never going to navigate from your service. You are mixing both the layers, your data layer and your UI layer. You never do that. Okay? And that answers your question, right? Anyone else? The implementation is a bit different, but auto route is also maturing, but Go Router is matured more than auto route. There are many applications where, say for example, your web path is linear. in your application, we all are, mostly are mobile developers, but Flutter is, right now it's stable state for web. Okay, so we are developing apps for mobile as well as web. So in mobile, navigation works very differently. In mobile, we create stacks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, in web, what we do is we create a linear list. Okay, we one after the another, one after the another, one after the another. It's not a stack. It's very linear. Web navigation is always linear. Okay, but auto route or Flutter itself, what it does, it creates stacks. Instead of going linear in because it does not have pages, it renders everything on a single page. Okay, single page application. So now what Go Router does is it gives you instead of push, it gives you a go function as well. When you say go, it does not maintain any stack. It just goes to that screen. So that is the difference between Go Router and Auto Route for time being. But Auto Route is also mature. And there are many scenarios which are related to web, which does not work in Auto Route.
I want to learn Flutter, but currently I know only some few topics about Flutter. So I want to know like a roadmap or any free resources where we can Flutter.
Sure, why not? We have few roadmaps handy. Why don't we email you that kind of roadmaps to everyone? Okay? Yes, we'll do that. Rajan, please. Go. Yes.
Can we show pop-up using Go Router?
Yes.
Pop-up on bottom sheet?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Although bottom sheet and pop-up are already provided, show alert dialog or show bottom sheet, that is also. But say for example you want to create something very custom for you, then that is when you can use your transition builder, where you can differently animate, and then it will give you bottom sheet or whatever, a custom transition basically.
Okay. Hello. How can we use page route builder in Go Router?
Page route, that's what we did, right? We use page builder.
You use material app directly.
But can you ask me again?
How can we use page route builder
Page route builder.
so that we can do custom animations?
So that is out of the box provided in Go Router. So what you can do is you can define your custom transitions, and you can define your custom transition, and then just when you are defining your page builder, inside that you can define your custom transition and do those custom transitions. That's what I think he asked. You don't have to do that.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajay, for wonderful talk. I hope everything is clear. Okay. Give a huge round of applause.